Yeah. Mean says, so I'm having 2 nights into 5 at the moment. That sounds like a lot. Good Lord.
What? 2 nights into 5 of what?
Bottles of wine.
Oh.
Okay. Raindrops.
Is falling off the wagon.
Hang on, Raindrops. Something Scenic over on You Now asks, how do I gift pearls? Milk cookies. You're the expert here. Can you handle that, please? Okay. Raindrops over on Twitch says, and it's massively cut off on screen, so I might as well just get rid of it. I just want to know her advice is for dealing with the new cat. She hasn't come out of the bathroom yet. I have a little house from the cat tree on the floor, and she hides in there. Should I spend time in the bathroom with her, or just give her a space, let her come out if and when she's ready? Yes.
Hang out in the bathroom.
Hang out.
But don't like put your face in the house and be like, hey, kitty, kitty, and like stick your hand in there and stuff. Hang out in the bathroom and totally ignore her.
Yeah, just
read
exist.
A book, hang out on your phone, do your makeup, like do whatever. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but you know what I'm saying. Just exist. Just be in there, completely ignoring her, doing other things as much as you possibly can, honestly. So she gets used to you being around, but realizes that you are not a threat.
Yeah. Okay.
Do things like, take like a dirty shirt that you've worn that smells like you and has your scent on it and put it in, lay it down as like a blanket or a bed or whatever. So she gets used to your scent.
Raindrop says, okay, thanks. Yeah.
Other such things. You can use like pheromones to kind of relax her a little bit, like a diffuser or some spray, like Feliway, Sentry, that kind of thing.
Right.
Some catnip, some treats. You could, it's a good idea to like, hey kitty, hi, I'm here. And then like just give her some space. And then if you think she's comfortable, you could start offering like churu treats. So, because it's a treat that cats sometimes can't resist, and you're holding it, but you can be kind of far away, and that builds a little bit of trust.
Or Kentucky Fried Chicken.
But no more than like one churu treat a day, and don't like if she's like scared or not into it, then just back off and try it again the next time or the next day or something
Raindrop
like that.
says, yeah, I have Feliway set up in there, and we do churu and minnows.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, just hang out in there as much as you can, honestly, like, because the more you're around and you're not trying to like interact, the more she'll just be like, okay, this is cool. But it could take like week, 2 weeks. Where did this cat come from? Do we know?
I don't remember. It wasn't discussed this week. It was discussed in previous weeks or previous chats.
I was gonna say something else too.
Okay.
Oh, like talking.
City shelter. Got her on the 9th.
Okay. Yeah, she might. City shelter experience might have been really traumatic, but obviously they, she's not feral. They didn't think she was feral, or they wouldn't have adopted her out. So she's scared, but she's not that scared. So, hopefully within a couple weeks. When did they get her?
The 9th.
So 9th of April? Wow.
But you have other cats, right? I think that's also good.
Yeah.
Hey, Indiana Flynn, really quick. Indiana Flynn says, hey, folks, good to see you. Rare occasion with time difference works for a live for me. Nice. Over on Twitch, Raindrop says, she was spayed the day before I got her, so I had blankets in the tub, and she stayed in there until the cone came off, and she moved to the house.
Okay.
Right. All right.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Be patient. But yeah, I would hang out in there.
Yeah.
You could also play like have like a radio or something that plays like talk radio. So she hears, voices constantly, and then eventually it just becomes background noise, and when you're in there, you could talk, you could read out loud without making eye contact. Something, I don't know,
Yeah.
So she gets used to your voice and
right.
just hang out. Lay on the floor. Like that's a really good way to get cats who are curious to approach you, is if you just totally lay down on the floor, don't get up, don't move, and then let them kind of walk to you, start sniffing you, walk on top of you, and you just stay like very, very still, and just stay laying down, and then they that's another good way.
Cool. Means I saw your whole thing about with the wine, but didn't read it out loud. Do I need to go back?
Well, it means she's feeling the need to defend herself for becoming a lush.
Well, she didn't. I just know that she will eventually be like, I wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Miss Kitty says,
I understand. She's got home life problems. She's got to drink it off.
Yes, or take a nap with the kitty. Yes, definitely.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just like that's what got me on the whole lay on the floor thing. It's just like lay down in there and take a nap. Totally.
Means it says, for anyone who hasn't had the pleasure of seeing this one, and it's May, it's Bonita, and Sam's head, go to this link, which she conveniently posted over on YouNow as well.
Yeah, Monday is Bonita's birthday.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo is for Taco Day. Raindrop says, there isn't quite enough space to lay down, but I spend time in there again. Yeah. He says, it's not every night. I don't need to drink. Don't drink when Mia's here. Right. Got it. I got it.
Sure thing, means.
You tell yourself what you need.
Y'all gotta make it through somehow.
You can stop whenever you want. I get it. Speaking of Bonita and her birthday, anniversary, special occasions, Amanda and I have been together 15 years. We just had our first date anniversary. So you'll never be seeing one of us again soon, I assume. Isn't that what? No, that's not.
What does that mean?
I was kidding.
Does that mean we're getting a divorce?
Oh, it was a joke. Miss Kitty says, my cats never knew the meaning of keep cone on. Yeah, we've had a couple fosters.
We don't really bother with the cones, honestly. They're more trouble than they're worth.
Yeah.
Especially with kittens. Kittens tend to just bounce back so quickly, and they just leave their incision sites alone. We've had a couple cats that we've just put socks on because that's been easier. Couple cats who were doing some excessive licking or picking, but generally that's only for the first day, and then after that they they leave it alone.
Yeah.
We probably have a clip of Valkyrie. Yeah.
We put a sock on her and she just went limp.
The only reason we did it is because she kept picking at her stomach the first day. And honestly, she didn't have to wear it more than 16 hours, and then she was totally fine. But when we first put the sock on her, she acted like she couldn't walk.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It might be obscured, but I do think there's a clip.
It took about 30 minutes for her to realize that she was fine. She could still walk. It was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty ridiculous. Doom says, no judgment, I'd just be passed out after all of that. And Meme says, I am not a small girl. Okay. Miss Kitty says, Shadow is a magician. He can escape things like Houdini. Sure. Yeah, we've had a few cats.
Some cats we tried to put cone on. The only time we've really done the cones is when it's not really from a spay neuter, but an eye thing, with Willie and with Monet, who had their eyes removed, then it was like imperative that they wore cones.
Yeah.
And we tried to do those cute little stuffed looking like donut
Soft
things,
cones.
and oh my god, those don't work at all. They got out of them in like seconds flat.
Yeah.
Like it was ridiculous. So we basically had to use these felt ones that had snaps. Those worked pretty well.
Yeah.
And it was nice because they were flexible and kind of a lightweight. The only thing is that the felt ends up getting dirty. It gets scratched. It absorbs water. So if they're trying to drink water and it gets in the water thing, that's gross.
The felt's just coming off.
So like after a few days, you have to kind of just throw it away and get a new one. Hi.
What's that?
Is that your tooth?
Oh, you're gonna lose tooth? Jeez.
Yay.
When did that happen?
Just now. She just was showing me
I
how
didn't
loose
even
it
know
was.
Loose.
Yeah.
It's been slightly loose for a while,
okay.
And then last night I was
What are we gonna put it in?
Oh, my tooth is
so we don't lose it.
Loose.
Do you have something to put it in so we don't lose it?
Nara, get out of there. Oh God, making all this noise.
You have a little box or something?
As Kitty says,
I don't know
with
what it
all
has
my
a
black
sesame
cat, I had
seed
2
on it.
older cats and Shadow would remove
'Cause I-
Salem's cone. Right.
Sesame seeds or something? I don't know.
Poppy seeds.
Yeah, the poppy.
Poppy seed muffin.
Not sesame seed. Poppy seed.
seed.
Yeah. Okay. Go see if you can figure out somewhere to put it that it.
Okay, what about the smallest of the nesting boxes? And then put it inside.
that. The smallest one is like this big.
I know. That you showed me. It's
Miss
big.
Kitty says, "Congrats,
Yeah, you
Iris."
can put it in that. Cute holy smile.
She seems she's feeling better.
She's eating a little eggs.
Yeah. She's got a lot more energy.
She I mean she's just been laying on the couch all morning.
Yeah.
What was I saying? What are we talking about?
Cones. Cones,
yeah, the felt,
right.
So the felt cones, even though those are probably my preference because they snap, they're much harder for the cats to get out of.
Yeah.
We did have like, I think we also had cats who wore the plastic ones from like the shelter. Like when we first got Monet, she had the plastic one on for a long time because they had taped it to fit her exactly.
Yeah.
And that, we cut it or they cut it, I don't remember, to make it much, much shorter. And then they had to tape it so that it was very, very small. So that one stayed on her for quite a while. And then I think Willie had a similar one too with